Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Thursday and the 12th. And have you gotten your Salyersville Independent as of yet? Well, if you haven't, you still got plenty of time. It'll be on newsstands for several days, but the quicker you get it, the quicker you can find a whole lot of important news and information, entertaining news and information as well. And our throwback page brought to you by Grover Arnott, another winner for Christmas this week as well. And we've got a lot of sporting news and a lot of other things in there as well. We hope that you'll pick one up as soon as possible. Tonight's headlines here in the program include talking about 250 pounds of turkey, maybe even more pounds of dressing to go along with that. A stolen and sold side by side. This landed a Magoffin County man in jail. Johnson County Fiscal Court met in regular session this week. A brief meeting, a brief update to follow. We'll focus on one particular discussion about how they, along with the city of Paintsville, are coming together to develop a strategic plan to move forward, and how they're having another meeting to build on their first in just a few days. I've got a lot of Christmas announcements on the calendar and a lot more. Briefly, before we look to our local news this Thursday, to no surprise, I really don't think, Kentucky Education Commissioner Wayne Lewis formally resigned earlier today, while Governor Andy Beshear's Kentucky Board of Education, which had just been appointed, of course, in lieu of his removal of the prior board, was meeting for their first occasion. Actually, just prior to that meeting, the Kentucky Court of Appeals had issued a denial on an injunction filed by those now former Bevan members of the Board of Education, who also took their case to the Kentucky Supreme Court. There was an emergency motion filed just before noon today. The Kentucky Supreme Court also denied that as well. They issued an order signed by Justice John Minton Jr., which said that these board members, appointed by Bevan, just now replaced by Beshear, had, quote, not shown any extraordinary cause which entitles them to relief from this court. Now, in light of all of that, Associate Kentucky Department of Education Commissioner Robin Kinney has been named the acting commissioner. Kevin Brown, the former general counsel for the Department of Education, will be the interim commissioner starting next week, while during their first official meeting earlier today, the new and current board voted to begin a national search for a new commissioner of the Kentucky Department of Education. Well, I've been waiting now information for the past couple of days in regards to the sentencing of a man from Pikeville who was charged here in Magoffin County months ago for bringing 2.5 pounds of crystal methamphetamine through the county and was stopped by Salyersville State Police. That sentencing, I have learned after placing an inquiry, has been reset. Mr. Maynard in the case, John Curtis Maynard, I believe is his name, was set to be sentenced this week to what we believe to be 25 years. He's been facing a life sentence. However, that sentencing has been reset for February the 11th. No reason was given for that sentencing on those federal drug charges. We'll closely watch that and have a report to follow just as soon as there is one. Well, we'll talk more about it in a few moments. We're going to talk about a lot before the weather forecast, but when we get to that point in the show, temperatures dropping tonight into the upper 20s, lower 30s, rain across much of the area after 2 in the a.m. and after 5 in the morning. We could see a little freezing rain, and after that, it just all goes downhill. With a lot of rain in the forecast, some snow and some mix as well, and no sun for days. So, look forward to that. Good news. I'll be right back with the rest of our headlines, or the beginning of our headlines, I should say, in just a few moments. Let these folks know you're watching every chance you get. Right now, stock up at Tomahawk Feed and Farm Supply, where they have just bought big to save you big. Now through December the 31st, select horse and cattle feed $10 off per ton. And with the largest feed inventory in at least a 60-mile radius, you'll save big on other brands of chicken, dog, and animal feed. Triple Trust, Blue Bonnet, Traditions, Southern States, Victor, Sports Mix, Tops, Sexton Brothers, The Pride, Summit, Purina, and more. If it eats, feed it better and cheaper at Tomahawk Feed and Farm Supply in Salyersville on Route 114 at Red Light number 4. I know, I say it every year, but I promise you, never before has the seasonal shop been so wall-to-wall filled with Christmas. The absolute most unique Christmas decor and ornaments and gifts you've ever seen under one roof in the area. ornaments and trees of all types and colors and kinds, table decor, dishes, all the wreaths, all the flowers. And if you're looking for gifts, they've got just about everyone on your list covered. Plus, you have to see their selection of women's clothes and accessories. Gorgeous, with a wide variety of styles and sizes. So let them help you pick out the perfect outfit for any Christmas party or family get-together. And from now until Christmas, they have a new deal of the day every day. So be sure to follow them on their Facebook page for all the details at Fraser's Raider Drugs Seasonal Shop in downtown Salyersville. From brakes, exhaust, suspension, fluid changes, to expert collision and auto body, to turning your 4x4 or diesel from mild to wild, get real auto maintenance, paint, and repair at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Salyersville. 349-8785.
I'm Dr. Jason Zimmerman at Highlands ARH, the healthcare system of Appalachia.
It can be one of the hardest parts of being a parent. You can beg them, bribe them, hold them down and try to force them, and sometimes you still can't get them to take their medicine. Well, problem solved at Parkway Pharmacy with Flavor X. Let your kids customize their medicine with some of the best flavors that really do taste great, and it's totally free with your child's prescription at Parkway Pharmacy. So stop the suffering, theirs and yours, for free, and get your Flavor X flavored medicines at Parkway Pharmacy in Salyersville. A stolen and then sold side-by-side has landed a Magoffin County man in jail and also looks to have possibly revoked his parole pending the outcome of these charges. The Magoffin County Sheriff's Department, after being reported of a stolen ATV valued at over $10,000, found that same ATV for sale on the internet by another individual, which had actually purchased that vehicle, believed to be from the man who stole it in the first place. Magoffin County Sheriff's Deputy Brian Tipton says that he received a report of a stolen side-by-side from a Magoffin County man who says that he noticed it was missing on November the 8th, but on November the 9th realized that someone in the family or a friend hadn't borrowed it, but it had actually been stolen. Tipton began the investigation that led to finding the same side-by-side posted for sale on social media by a separate Magoffin County man. The deputy contacted that man, who gave him a statement saying that he had actually purchased it from this person, 45-year-old Creed Arnett of Salyersville, and was reselling the vehicle after he had paid Arnett an unknown amount for the machine. That second individual telling the sheriff's deputy that he purchased that side-by-side on November the 8th at around 7:30 that morning from Arnett, the same day that it was noticed to be stolen by its original owner. Well, it's that time of the month where we start to cover local and area governmental meetings. Johnson County usually goes first, and then Salyersville and Magoffin County meetings will take place next week before the Christmas holiday. The Johnson County Fiscal Court met in regular session earlier this week, a brief meeting only lasting about 15 minutes. One particular minute of that we will focus on mainly tonight in regards to an invitation to all of Johnson County to join the more than 100 people who turned out for the first strategic planning committee meeting that was held just a couple of weeks ago, a joint effort by the city of Paintsville and the county of Johnson. A brief meeting of the Johnson County Fiscal Court included congratulating the Johnson Central High School 4A football champions to be recognized and honored officially at a later meeting, with Judge McKenzie then updating current accomplishments in regards to roadside cleanup. Year to date, 131 miles, 2,600 bags of garbage collected by roadside cleanup crews. Followed by this reminder and encouraging words to attend the next Community Strategic Planning meeting. This is a partnership between the city and the county, and their next planning session will follow a listening session held on the 25th of November, where the judge says they had over 100 people in attendance with a lot of great ideas and a lot of people getting engaged in conversation about a strategic plan moving forward for both Johnson County and the city of Paintsville, with the next one to be held in the coming days.
That process is moving along. We had our first listening session, first community listening session on November 25th, and it was a huge success. There was approximately 100 people in attendance at that event. The ideas that were shared were excellent, very helpful, very insightful ideas, and people were really engaged in that process. So having said that, if you didn't make it, or if you did make it, there's another opportunity. That's December 16th. That's next Monday, December 16th at 6 p.m., and that'll be at the Country Music Highway Museum as well. So if you did make it, please show up, because there's going to be some follow-up to the conversation, the ideas that were shared back in November. And then there'll also be another component of it to kind of move us forward, because this will be our last listening session prior to finalizing the plan in January. So please attend that. Again, there's some great feedback. 1,200 surveys were completed online for this project. And that's not counting the paper surveys that were submitted by folks like the Senior Citizen Center. Some of the schools did paper surveys. So it was just a great event. So December 16th, next Monday, 6 o'clock. If you're available, I would highly recommend attending that.
And lastly, one other item of business discussed that was the Extension Board submitting 2 requests to fill expired terms, with Judge McKenzie recommending Rachel Kreider and Angie Burton, both of which were approved by the Johnson County Fiscal Court before the meeting adjourned. A lot of things happening on tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau sponsored community calendar, pretty much all of them holiday related in some way. Santa's coming to town on a couple of different occasions, and these are some of the folks who know all about it. Not necessarily in chronological order, but several Christmas-related announcements tonight, and very importantly, next Wednesday, 1 to 5, in front of the Salyersville IGA. That's where you'll find the Kentucky Blood Center Bloodmobile and your next chance to save a life. The next McGoffin County Community Blood Drive, next Wednesday, 1 to 5, here in the McGoffin Plaza. The District 3 Fire Department has announced their Christmas event with Santa. Hey, kids 13 and under, make sure someone brings you to the District 3 Fire Department next Tuesday from 6 to 8. Gifts and Santa will be there. The District 3 Fire Department, Tuesday, 6 to 8 o'clock. The South McGoffin Fire Department's taking their gifts to the road. That's right, their Christmas runs are this Saturday, day after tomorrow. They'll leave the station at 4, be at the mouth of Salt Lick at 4:15, the mouth of Long Creek at 4:25, the mouth of Buck Creek at 4:35, the mouth of Whiteley at 4:45, Trace at 5:42, and 10:52 at 5 o'clock. 5:30, they'll be at Howard's Branch to Sulphur Springs. 5:45, Bull and Brushy. 6 o'clock at the county line at O.V. Howard's. 6:15, they'll head up Main Lickin. And 7 o'clock, Santa and the South McGoffin Fire Department make their way back to the fire department for anyone who may have missed him along the way. 4 till 7 this Saturday for the South McGoffin Volunteer Fire Department Christmas runs. You've still got time to donate to the 6th annual Salyersville Funeral Home Toy Drive. They're still needing any new unwrapped toy for a little boy or girl, and you can drop them off by the Salyersville Funeral Home to be distributed to kids throughout McGoffin County this Christmas. And that's it for tonight's calendar, except to remind everyone that these are the many ways you can get your announcements, birthdays, and anniversaries too, on the show. Let me know, and I'll make sure everyone else does too. Salyersville National Bank would like to wish you and your family a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season. May your Christmas and the new year deliver health, happiness, and good fortune. As we reflect over the past year, we are especially grateful for customers and neighbors like you. We greatly appreciate your kindness and patronage, and we look forward to serving you in the bright new year of 2020. Best wishes from everyone at the Salyersville National Bank.
SSI and disability cases are harder to win these days. You need all the help you can get. If the government has turned you down, I will not. Many factors are considered when a claim is being processed, like your age, education, physical, and mental disabling conditions. When it comes time to winning your disability case, you should not face a federal judge alone. You need an attorney who is experienced, determined, hardworking, knowledgeable, and dedicated to helping you win benefits that you deserve. If you need help with your SSI or disability case, call me, Donald Wayne McFarland, and let me go to work for you.
It's back, and it's in this week's edition of the Salyersville Independent, the buy one, get one on shrimp or fish dinners. That's right, they're like $6 or $7 a piece, and if you buy one, you get another one for free. You can get 2 shrimp, 2 fish, or mix them up any way you want to do it. But you have to get the coupon out of this week's edition of the Salyersville Independent and get it to Lee's while you can. That's where you can get a shrimp or fish dinner free when you buy the first. Only from your Salyersville Lee's. Whether it's something you need like gas or kerosene heaters, or gifts for everyone on your list like TVs, video games, jewelry, guns, and more, get it all for pennies on the dollar. Or get some extra dollars to spend this Christmas where they pawn, buy, and sell anything worth $1. Parkway Gun and Pawn in Salyersville. Where just for Christmas, get Taurus 9mm or 40 cal S Series for under $200 and other great gun deals throughout the store. Parkway Gun and Pawn.
The 12 days of Christmas are quickly approaching, with savings galore, daily specials for all on today's latest and greatest technology.
Appalachian Wireless is in the Christmas spirit, giving more opportunities to save during their 12 Days of Christmas promotion. Simply go to AppalachianWireless.com or to the Appalachian Wireless Facebook page to see what the daily specials will be. Appalachian Wireless, one of Santa's favorites. Better service and bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless.
Just in time for the winter driving season, and through December the 13th at Connelly Tire, come in and get $70 off a set of new Michelins. Until the end of the year, $50 off winter and mud and snow Cooper tires, and up to $150 off select sets of Goodyears. And don't forget, 6 months same as cash. Stop by their Staffordsville store or go to ConnellyTire.net to find out more. Now, a special invitation for you to come and partake tomorrow, starting at 11, in what I'm told is about 250 pounds of turkey, 25 huge, they were still empty, but I saw the pans, huge pans of homemade stuffing that is being prepared, possibly as we speak, during the overnight and certainly early tomorrow. All of that and more will be the centerpiece of tomorrow's Christmas feast for Magoffin County, which volunteers are literally working on in some form or fashion right now and have been for quite some time, to get it all ready for tomorrow morning, 11 till 2, with these 2 familiar members of the committee that's putting all this together, sending out this special invitation for all of us to join them tomorrow.
We got all our elves coming out tomorrow to help. I know Kathy has landed up a great crew just like we did last year. They'll be here to put on the dinner as usual. We hope to have a big crowd, hopefully over 1,000 people this year. Park and come early if you can and park. The park, you'll have to use the bridge. We're not going to shuttle anybody, but the jockey lot down in town, City Hall, you might have to walk a little bit, but everybody come down and have a great time tomorrow at the dinner.
Yeah, the tables are set, the food is being prepared, and everyone, and there are a lot of everyone's working very hard to make this thing happen tomorrow. We've got a long history of a lot of different folks over the decades coming together to have celebrations and feasts like this over the course of the holidays. While these folks have been together for the past few years doing this and making it a wonderful success, in hopes that literally everyone from all parts of Salyersville, Magoffin County will just stop in and spend a little time together and enjoy a wonderfully prepared meal prepared at the hands of dozens of volunteers.
Actually, I'd like to say we have 80 volunteers. The community people have been wonderful about wanting to help, and I might also say our community partners have been wonderful about generously giving us donations, or we could not do this for you people. And the bottom line is we want Magoffin Countyans to come out and be with us tomorrow. We expect, like Pete said, we are expecting to serve at least 1,000 meals. That's what we want to do. They have provided monies for us. They've gave us donations of food. So we just appreciate everything that everybody's done for us, and we do it for you. And on behalf of our Magoffin County Citizens for Unity Committee, Pete and I want to see you tomorrow, and we serve from 11 o'clock in the morning till 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we want you to come out and be with us. Enjoy.
Yeah.
So from Pete and I and the committee, we wish you a Merry Christmas.
And you can take out tomorrow too.
Yes.
Eat in or take out.
Yes,
So come and get it.
that's important. So thank you.
Thank you.
Now for your Licking Valley outlook, temperatures tonight, they're going to fall into the upper 20s as you're about to see. Rain will start to move in across the area after 2 in the a.m. and by around 5 or so, it could change over to freezing rain that might last or linger around until 7 o'clock in the morning until temperatures get back above freezing. So that's what we want to keep a close eye on tonight. Now, for the particulars of your Licking Valley RACC forecast tonight, yeah, definitely a mixed bag here, pardon the pun, because we've got mixed precipitation on a couple of different days. Tonight, however, freezing rain pretty much in your forecast. Now, this isn't until about 5 in the a.m. when a lot of folks are getting ready for that morning commute. And right now, like I said, less than 1/10 of an inch is possible, but it doesn't take much. And with nighttime lows around 28, could be a bit dicey out there on roadways, so keep that in mind and keep your eye on the weather. Just because our window right now looks to be mainly after 5 a.m., an hour either way, certainly in the realm of possibility. But a 28-degree low, calm winds, and total nighttime accumulation of ice less than 1/10 of an inch. Tomorrow, rain possibly mixed with some freezing rain in the morning, but by around 1 in the afternoon, temperatures will warm up enough, or climb enough, warm not necessarily the proper term, to change it all over to rain. So rain thereafter pretty much throughout your Friday. No ice accumulation expected tomorrow. Rain throughout much of your Friday, and an 80% chance of rain even through your Friday night, maybe even up to another ½ inch of rain tomorrow night. Showers still likely into your Saturday, the bulk of which mainly before 1, but lingering thereafter. Cloudy skies, 45 on your Saturday. Winds noticeable out of the west up to 15 miles per hour. Maybe another 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of rain Saturday. And then precipitation in the forecast again Saturday night. A chance of rain, maybe changing over to some mix and snow with a low right at the freezing mark. Winds still out of the west, but picking up by Saturday night up to about 21 mile per hour gusts. Sunday, still not calming down. A slight chance of some early snow showers, then some rain throughout the rest of the afternoon, mostly cloudy, 41 for your high. Now keep in mind, early Sunday only a 20% chance of precipitation. Sunday night, that goes to about a 50% chance with some snow, and then rain and snow likely in the morning, early Monday morning, but quickly becoming all rain after about 8 a.m. on our way to 46 degrees for your Monday. Rain continuing through Monday night. Snow showers, of course, as we see a low of 31 late Monday night. Tuesday, more rain and early snow showers before becoming all rain. Temperatures colder at 38 degrees on your Tuesday. We look to dry up by Tuesday night with a cold low of 21, and then dry, maybe even sunny skies Wednesday at 39 and Thursday at 43. But for the next few days, as you just heard, a lot of a mess to deal with. Rain and mix and some snow, no big accumulations, but some ice. Right now, the first thing that we'll have to deal with during the early morning hours tomorrow. That's where your focus needs to be at this time. Well, like I say quite often, it's a good problem to have, but another day done and another day where I've still got news in the tank, and I'm sure more to follow tomorrow. In fact, we've got several arrests that we were unable to get all of the details on for tonight's show, and a couple of other meetings, and a couple of other things on the list to try to get to before we wrap up this week already in a flash. Said and gone on your news today. Hope to see you back here tomorrow night for our last installment for this week of December. For now, thank you for being a part of this one, and good night.